As Commander-in-Chief, President Trump's highest priority is the safety and security of the American people. And while too often previous administrations all but neglected the growing security threats emerging in space, President Trump stated clearly and forcefully that space is, in his words, a war-fighting domain just like land and air and sea.
Was originally believed to be a piece of space junk, but was probably a hunter-killer.
A young Air Force captain detected that debris started to move.
So what is that object that keeps maneuvering in space?
David, I'm not going to speculate, but I can tell you what it isn't. It's not a piece of debris.
The plan released today stops short of what President Trump wants, which is an entirely new military service devoted to space. A plan to do that will be submitted to Congress next year.
President Trump's ambitious calls for a Space Force have been met with skepticism across the country. But could it actually be necessary? According to the Pentagon, a Space Force could advance technology and America's scientific knowledges.
I don't have a horse in that race. I've spoken with Air Force generals who are happy retaining their control over the space defense. The Air Force has U.S. Space Command, and they've been in space ever since we've had access to space. So that's not a new understanding of how things are working. If you have a Space Force, you would take all of those activities and put them under one umbrella. And if you did that, I'd want to throw in a couple of extra things like asteroid defense. If you're going to go there, let's do it, you know.
You mean defend us against asteroids coming to get us?
Yes, yes.
You know how big a threat is that, by the way, while we're quickly in that neighborhood?
Well, so one could come and then render us extinct. So I would count that as a big threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, well, and I won't order out for breakfast.
That counts.
But the concern, of course, people have with this is the militarization of space crowds out or complicates the scientific exploration.
So consider first that ever since anybody's had access to space, we've been putting spy satellites in space. And so the militarization is not simply do you have weapons, but are there activities that relate to the conduct of war? And yes, we've had that since the beginning. That is not a new understanding or a new idea. And the second Gulf War, 2003, was enabled by space assets.
It's a fight for survival against an alien invasion.
can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence, through the silence, through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. Your voice. Silence. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear